Well, here's all the promised snow. Yeah, it looks very pretty from the inside looking out, doesn't it? There you go, I promised an update on the broad beans, and we can see how well they're doing. There's probably about an 80% germination rate. Yeah, they've all done really well there. There's one, there's two, there's three, four that I haven't taken in that tray, and in this one here I've got one, I've got two, I've got three, I've got three that haven't taken in the left hand tray, but you can see that yeah, they're good, strong, healthy, vibrant plants. Good. Oh, hiya, pilgrims. It's the, I don't know what it is, the 13th or something of December. I'm just admiring a nice little fly rod that I got. It's about 9 foot grass fibre fly rod, an Allcox 3-star. Now, if this was built cane, would have been about £2,500 worth, but this is grass fibre, and it's a cracking little thing. And along with this two-piece fly rod, with it I got a very nice little wooden reel. I've always wanted a little wooden reel, but I didn't want to pay the money that a lot of people are asking. And but look how easily that reel turns, and it's a cracking little thing. There's no brand name on the reel, so it's a nondescript thing, but it's such a pretty wee thing. And I left a sealed bid of 10 quid, and I got the thing for 8 quid for the pair. So yeah, happy days. So I was all well chuffed with that. But I mentioned on Andy's video about a week or so back about his cleaver that he was using, his chopper, and I said I had one that was similar. That's mine. So that is a span which is 8 inches, and you can see that is 16 inches across that, and it's a Stanforth 7, and it's a cracking wee thing for jointing up big chunks of meat. Occasionally I get a deer, and something like that would be ideal. I use a big hunting knife to joint up, but I haven't cleaned this up, I haven't put an edge on it. That edge, you could write a Burnley back on that, but yeah, it's still a nice thing, you know, nice bit of patina on the blade, and yeah, it's just one cracking little meat cleaver. Stanforth 7. Yeah. What we're going to talk about today, I've talked about the fishing rod that I got from the local auction house. Talked about the meat cleaver. Yeah, and just a few weeks back I picked up a big box of other fishing gear. There was big multiplier reels. I don't know if I can get this out. Whoops. There goes my grass covering. I've got that's £6 of lead weight line. I've got a billy can, loads of spinning lures. Got a nice fixed spool reel there. It's, you need it for carp fishing or light sea fishing, but it's got a nice retrieve on it. I don't know what it is, probably about. Let's have a look. One that in there just so. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably about 4.5 to 1 retrieve on that, which is rather nice. It's good condition as well. And then along with that, I've got a I've got loads of other spinners and lures here, and loads of other ancillary bits. But big multiplier reel. Yeah, that's a Shakespeare, well-known fishing manufacturer. Yeah, very nice. I got another one that's similar. Somewhat bigger, this one, the DG 500. But again, it's another nice big multiplier. Got the level wind on the front there. Yeah, so did rather well at the auction houses. But what I do, I buy them cheap, and by buying them cheap, I can move them on cheaply as well. But the thing that gutted me at the last auction, there was a book there that I really wanted to get my hands on, and yeah, it was written by a bloke called Stanley Holloway. Now, some of you older guys would remember the name Stanley Holloway, and one of the famous characters that he wrote about was a young fellow called Albert Ramsbottom, and he went to Blackpool one year with his folks, and it was quite an amusing tale. Now, the last time I did this, I was 9 or 10. I was in a cub gang show, and it was suggested that I recited this this story, and I'll just do a few verses for you. And it goes something like this. There's a famous seaside place called Blackpool that's noted for its fresh air and fun. Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom went there with young Albert, their son. Now, a grand little lad was young Albert, dressed in his best, quite a swell, with a stick in his horse's head handle, the finest that Woolworths could sell. Now, they didn't think much of the ocean. The waves were all fiddling and small. No wrecks, nobody drowned, in fact nothing to laugh at all. So for seeking further amusement, they paid and they went into the zoo, with its lions and tigers and camels and old ale and sandwiches too. Now there was one great big lion called Wallace. His nose was all covered in scars, and he lay in a somnolent posture with the side of his face on the bars. Now, Albert had heard about lions, how they were all ferocious and wild, and to see Wallace lying so peaceful didn't seem right to the child. So the brave little lad, not showing a morsel of fear, got his stick with his horse's handle and he pushed it in Wallace's ear. Now you can see Wallace didn't like it, but given a kind of a growl, he'd up and pulled Albert inside with him and swallowed the little lad whole. Now that is, I think, about the first 10 verses or so of 36 verses, and it's a memory from my childhood, and I just so wanted this book, but I didn't want to be extravagant with the sealed bid on this book at the auction house. So I was in such a quandary. I mean, I could have gone silly and betted loads of money on this, but again, like anybody else, I want a bargain. So I left a £14 sealed bid on this, and blow me, it's sold for 16 to somebody else. So I was really quite gutted about that. But yeah, there's a few other bids that I won, but I would have loved that book, Albert at the Zoo by Stanley Halloway. But there we go, I have my memories, and yeah, you can't cry over spilt milk. So yeah, there we go. What else am I going to talk about? I have just taken delivery of a packet of seeds, and I've been trying to get this vegetable or the seed for a couple of years now, and it's a particular veg that was in favour with the Victorians, and since the Victorian age it's gone out of favour. So very, very few people have heard of this particular vegetable, and it's called salsify. It looks like a hairy parsnip, tastes like an oyster, but it's a member of the dandelion family, and when you see the seeds you'll understand why. It looks just like a dandelion seed, yeah, minus the little parachute of course. But yeah, it's I went to see my local garden centre and just complained that I just can't find this salsify anywhere, and he said bring up one of the seed companies and ask them whether they've got any in stock, because even the catalogues that they push out to everybody's door, or the online catalogue, they just show the more common seeds that they've got rather than the uncommon thing. So I just rang the first one my fingers came to, and in this particular instance it was Thompson and Morgan. Yes sir, we do salsify. How many packets would you want? And I said, well, how much are the seeds? Said 99p for 150. So here's my packet of salsify seeds. So I'm really looking forward to get those in the well, certainly sown around March time, and 90 days later I should be able to harvest them. So yeah, watch this space. I'm really very, very excited about picking those up. I don't think there's anything else to say just at the present moment, so with that I'll bid you farewell. Oh, P.S. Next time I think I'm going to be talking about seasonal greetings, Yuletide greetings, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, yeah, however you perceive this time of year. So yeah, I'll have to put something together. I've just had the thought come to me, so yeah, the garden's still got snow in, and we've had a shower of rain this afternoon, so it has washed or melted some of that away, but we've still got pockets of snow that's probably the best part of an inch deep in places. But yeah, it's still chilly outside. It's about 7 degrees out there, and in here today it's running about 8 degrees. I've been hovering between 5 and 8 degrees. So anyway, with that again, I'll leave you. Bye for now.